Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so your friends see it. Thank you.
Mike Pence was just caught doing something unthinkable in Texas today. Mike Pence is not just a vice president or simply a running mate for Trump. Pence is a good man with a good heart who loves America more than he could ever express with words. That's why he decided instead he would fly to Rockport, Texas today, a town destroyed by Hurricane Harvey, put some gloves on, and clean it up himself. See? Now that right there is what I am talking about. Pence doesn't just go the extra mile for people, he goes the full 5 miles with a smile. However, his mission in Rockport was not only to help clean up dead trees. He also brought a very special message from President Trump for all the people of Texas to hear. I called the president on Air Force 2 this morning. I asked him what he wanted me to tell you. And he just said tell him we love Texas. That's right. The Trump administration loves the great state of Texas and they are not alone. All of America is send our thoughts, prayers, money, food, clothes, and everything else we can to help the people of a great American state who is suffering greatly right now. Help show Texas that our whole country, from sea to shining sea, has their back and we will get them out of this terrible situation. Right after resigning, Trump just gave Sheriff David Clarke the best job of his life. Just hours ago it was announced that Sheriff David Clarke was resigning from his job in Milwaukee County, but nobody knew why. Well, now we do. Thanks to 2 anonymous sources talking to Politico, the new rumor is that President Trump is expected to name Sheriff Clarke to a major position in the White House. Wow! That would be a huge job. Even if he is not the new Secretary of Homeland Security, there are plenty of major jobs for a tough cop like Sheriff David Clarke. When asked directly about the new job, Clarke simply responded, "I'll talk about my future plans next week." The rumor from the 2 sources is that Trump is gonna give Clarke a position that will not need Senate confirmation. To be fair, those Senate things can take months with the obstructionist Dems. This will also be the second time Trump has offered Sheriff Clarke a job. Back in June, Clarke was offered a position in the Department of Homeland Security. However, at the last minute, Clarke turned it down. Looks like he finally changed his mind. Let's help give Sheriff Clarke the warm welcome he deserves by sharing this everywhere as soon as possible. Right before leaving White House, Sean Spicer gave Trump a gift he will love forever. In case y'all didn't know, this week was Sean Spicer's going away party at the White House. Sure, there were some tears and everyone misses him, but he left just like he entered, with class. Spicer's time as press secretary was brief, but the media was brutal on him every second he was there. Not even that could stop Spicer from giving Trump a gift even a billionaire president will love. Spicer thanked President Trump for giving him the biggest honor of his entire life. In a final goodbye email to all his friends at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Spicer wrote, "It has been the honor of a lifetime to serve the President and the American people as the White House Press Secretary. I especially want to thank the President and the First Lady for their support during my tenure and for giving me this opportunity. Walking into the White House every day is a privilege that few in our country experience and I am grateful for it." What a beautiful sentiment from a great man who will be sorely missed. He didn't just stop at the President, either. Spicer took the time to thank all the people out there important to him and even sign off with elegant words. "I would not have been able to do my job without the amazing team the President has assembled, especially the dedicated members of the communications, digital and press teams. I also am eternally grateful to the countless additional staffers who support the White House daily, including the service members of White House Military Office, the Secret Service, the residence staff, and so many other talented individuals. As I sign off this email address for a final time, I want to say thanks. I am proud to have worked with each and every one of you. Amen, Mr. Spicer. America appreciates your years of service and wish you the best to come. Help spread the well wishes to all by sharing this with all your friends and fam." Smoking gun James Comey just caught red-handed covering up Hillary Clinton's crimes. This is a real smoking gun, y'all. It turns out that former FBI Director James Comey did something sickening to cover up Hillary Clinton's email crimes, and Obama totally hid it. James Comey drafted his announcement to close Clinton email case before he ever even interviewed Hillary. That's right. Director Comey decided he was going to say that Hillary was extremely careless instead of a criminal before he ever even finished his investigation. The new transcripts reveal that James Comey sent the draft of his closing statements for Hillary Clinton's email investigation in late April. However, the investigation was not completed until July. Now, couple this with the fact that Comey was pressured by former Attorney General Loretta Lynch to call the criminal investigation a matter and a secret meeting that Bill Clinton had on the airplane with AG Lynch, and tell me there is not something here. The next question is simple: should James Comey be held accountable for obstruction of justice while serving as FBI director? It looks like both Senators Chuck Grassley and Lindsey Graham thinks it's time to take real action against Comey. They released the story to the public, not as anonymous, and they wrote a very angry letter to the new FBI Director Christopher Wray about it. Conclusion first, fact gathering second, that's no way to run an investigation. The FBI should be held to a higher standard than that, especially in a matter of such great public interest and controversy. This is a very serious charge, y'all. James Comey may have acted as FBI director under the directions of Obama to assist Hillary Clinton in a presidential election. Help get this shared everywhere, and let's show Trump it's time to take them down. Breaking: Sheriff David Clarke resigns from his post, see why he did it. Sheriff David Clarke has just now resigned, says the Chicago Tribune. Milwaukee County Clerk George Christensen said on Thursday that he got a resignation letter from Sheriff David Clarke. Here is what Sheriff David Clarke about Charlottesville. He supported his response and was one of the very few people to do it. There is no explicitly named reason for David Clarke's resignation. His spokeswoman has not immediately responded to telephone messages and emails. Clarke rose to national prominence in May after announcing that he'd taken a job at Homeland Security. It was never confirmed. He withdrew his name later. Share this if you hope that Sheriff Clarke got a job at the Trump administration. He would do a wonderful job helping to bring law and order to this country. What do you think, y'all? He's a saint. Trump just gave something unthinkable to Hurricane Harvey victims. President Donald Trump just keeps hitting home runs when it comes to responding to Hurricane Harvey. He started working weeks before the storm. It took him almost no time to go and visit Texas to meet with organizers, and he is going back to visit the flood areas on Saturday. However, none of those hold a candle to what Trump just did for the hurricane victims today. President Trump is donating $1 million of his own money to the victims of Hurricane Harvey. Sarah Huckabee made the big reveal during Thursday's press briefing. The reporters, of course, didn't even take the good gesture for what it is and wanted to know which charity it would go to. Huckabee made it clear that Trump had not yet picked a single charity but was open to many of the amazing groups helping out. He's actually asked that I check with the folks in this room since you're very good at research and have been doing a lot of reporting into the groups and organizations that have the best and most effective in helping and providing it, and he would love some suggestions from the folks here and I would be happy to take them. That right there's just the kind of leader Trump is. He is not happy just doing the job of president. When push comes to shove, he goes the extra mile. Help share the good news out everywhere and comment amen to send Trump a prayer. Terminator Trump hit Vladimir Putin seconds ago in surprise move no one saw coming. The Trump administration just retaliated against Russia and forced the closure of U.S. diplomatic locations and required Russia to close several posts in American cities. The State Department warned of a downward spiral in relations and announced today that Russia would need to close down its Consulate General in San Francisco and its Chancery Annex in Washington, D.C., and a Consular Annex in New York City, according to Fox News. These closures will need to be accomplished by September 2, said State Department spokeswoman Heather Nauert. This decision was implemented after Russian President Vladimir Putin kicked out 700 U.S. diplomats, after Trump signed Russian sanctions into law. The Russian order was called unwarranted and in the spirit of parity invoked by the Russians. With this action both countries will remain with 3 consulates each. While there will continue to be a disparity in the number of diplomatic and consular annexes, we have chosen to allow the Russian government to maintain some of its annexes in an effort to arrest the downward spiral in our relationship. Newhart said that she hopes we can avoid further retaliatory actions by both sides and move forward to achieve the stated goal of both of our presidents: improved relations between our two countries and increased cooperation on areas of mutual concern. Do you think we should have done this to Russia? Are we going down a pathway to war? Share this if you are mad that the media has forced Russia and the US on a path to war. Screw the media. They are the enemy of the American people. Moments after attack on Trump, Kim Kardashian West got slammed with brutal payback. Reality TV star Kim Kardashian West just told the world how she really feels about President Trump, and surprise surprise, it makes zero sense. Anyone can run the US better. My daughter would be better, she told Harper's Bazaar Arabia on Wednesday. We've worked so hard to get to where we were and to have so many things that we were so proud of in our country, to just literally revert backwards is the most frustrating thing. In case you weren't aware, her daughter is 4 years old. Which essentially means Kardashian West would prefer no one run this country and we just give up completely. Every single day when you can't really believe what's going on, the next day is something else even more crazy and tragic, she said. It's really scary, the world that we're living in now. And when you did feel safe at home, now with Trump in presidency you just don't feel safe anymore. Last time I checked, the most recent tragedy hitting our country was a hurricane. Something our president clearly has no control over. But despite Kardashian West's downright silly claims, she couldn't stop the real surprise from coming out just moments after. As it turns out, Kim's husband, rapper Kanye West, publicly stated that if he had voted at all in November, it would have been for President Trump. But West didn't stop there. The rap mogul set up personal meetings with the then president-elect in December and posed for photos with him in the Trump Tower lobby. West tweeted about how he'd met with President Trump to discuss multicultural issues, including bullying, supporting teachers, modernizing curriculums, and violence in Chicago. But Kim wasn't finished eating crow. Not only did her husband stand with Trump, but it was revealed that Caitlyn Jenner also pushed Kardashian West to vote for Trump. Maybe Kardashian West should just admit she only cares about headlines and really knows nothing about how a nation is led. She couldn't offer a single example of these crazy and tragic events being directly caused by President Trump or his administration, and could only offer a silly nonsensical jab. Celebrities need to jump off the leftist bandwagon and use their exposure and popularity for something positive. American citizens deserve a nation united, and thoughtless attacks on our leaders only make us look weak. If you're sick of these uneducated celebrities and want them drained with the rest, share this with the world y'all and show how much louder we can be. Source: TheHill.com